Now we'll shift gears a bit for one of our newest segments on the show, Blade to Greatness, where we hear from a retail industry leader who shares their insights and wisdom on how to excel in this industry. In this segment, we learn about the essential skills and qualities that every retail executive needs to lead their teams and their business to success. Whether we're talking about the corporate office or stores, we'll uncover valuable tips and advice that you can apply to your own retail career.
Today, we're speaking with April Sabral, founder of retailu.ca, an online leadership development portal for field leaders, and the author of 2 books, Positive Effect and her latest, Incurable Positivity. After 3 decades running stores for brands like Starbucks, Banana Republic, Apple, Holt Renfrew, and DavidsTea, April's transitioned into coaching and training after seeing the impact of leadership firsthand on a retail business. Her current clients include brands such as Jimmy Choo, L'Oreal, Victoria's Secret, David's Bridal, and more.
Today, she's here to talk with us about one of the most important skills every retail leader needs, how to cultivate a positive culture throughout your organization.
Welcome, April.
Hi, good morning. So today I'm going to share a little bit more about that. It's really important. I don't know anybody who says that they want to show up and go into work and just not have a great experience, right? And there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that are not having a great experience. I learned a long time ago, I had a boss that when I was a store manager, he was a regional director at Banana. And I said to him, how do I get your job one day? Like I literally asked him that. And he said, when people go home at night, they spend a lot of time at the dinner table talking about what they've done all day. And usually they're talking about their work, what they've done, who they've interacted with, and specifically their boss. And so he's like, you have a real impact on the way that people go home and talk about you, the company, and those ripples go out to their family. And he said, and I want you to think about that when you leave every day. What would they be saying about you at the dinner table at night? And that really stuck with me because he said they're either, everybody in their family and friends group is either telling them to leave and get another job because it's not worth it, right? Or they're saying, oh, good for you. And like that person's coming to work and like actually putting more effort in the next day because they love what they're doing. So there is proven fact statistically that when you have a positive culture and people feel good coming to work, that you get 10% more intrinsic effort out of them that a pay increase just cannot do, right? And so when somebody's not feeling great, they just check out, call it quiet quitting, whatever you want to call it, but you're just not getting the effort. So positive culture is so important. And if you're not working on culture, you have one, it just might not be the one you want. HR leader told me that a long time ago. And I was like, that's just golden because how many times do we talk about we want to improve culture? I've been at executive tables where we're talking about culture and people, but we don't have a plan in place to actually do anything about it. We're just talking about it. And culture is everybody in the organization, the way you show up every day and how you make other people feel working for you. You ignite positive emotions, neutral or negative, every day in the way that you interact, the way that you communicate, where your focus goes. And so, I'm a big one on like positive culture and what that can do for you and how you do that. And I believe it starts with leadership. It starts with leadership, knowing how to lead, develop, and inspire those emotions in people.
Yes, it's a conscious decision at the top that you have to plan it. You have to think about it. You have to have a vision for it, how to execute it, scale it. Do you think that you've seen more companies with a culture the culture that they think they have?
Oh, 100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. People think that they have something, but they don't. You just read exit interviews, right? When I was leading stores, I read thousands of exit interviews. And when somebody would resign, their boss would usually call me and say, oh, they left, they got another job, they got an opportunity. If we throw more money at them, I can get them to stay. And I would get on the phone with store managers, district managers at the time, and it was never about the pay. It was always about the person that they worked for. Mm-hmm. The top 2 reasons why, people leave companies, specifically right now in retail as well, but I've only ever worked in retail, but it's general, is number 1, the person they work for. Number 2, they're not getting any career development. Those are the top 2 reasons. Pay is always the third. So, but they're not going to tell you that in an organization because they don't want to have that come back at them, right? So if you do internal surveys, a lot of times it doesn't show up. If you look at the exit interviews, though, it always shows up. And that requires then you as a leader to actually take that feedback, take ownership and responsibility for that, and then start doing something about it. People just want to love where they work, who they're working for, and they want to be developed. And development is the number one thing that gets dropped all the time when sales are bad, we don't have time, resources are cut, all that stuff. And that's why I created Retail U, that's just so affordable for everybody to jump on, because it's literally helping you develop. That's it.
Yeah, it is one of those things where we always hear retail leaders will say, it's the year this year we need to invest in our people. But you're right, that's always the first thing that gets cut when there's a need to cut things, because it's seen as a cost, not an investment.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been working with a lot of brands this year, specifically on positive leadership, right? From the Positive Effect first book. And it's being so well received. Just hearing like shifting the mindset, like having those coaching skills to develop their teams. It's a skill at the end of the day. And we need to provide that for our leaders to be able to create that culture, right? Every day.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Well, April, thank you so much for sharing these insights. We're so right about the need for that positive culture. And I think my big takeaway from that is that even when you aren't trying to build that culture, just the fact that you're not trying is kind of the culture you're setting, right? And it shows and is reflected in all of your teams, whether you realize it or not. So you do have to take control of what you want your culture to be in an organization. So thank you so much for sharing those insights with us today.
Thank you.